I am in Texas and I don't have my car, which means I need a car. So welcome to Colored in Lights Casa, and welcome to the Colored in Light Garage. I am reviewing Jackson's car today. Let's check it out. Welcome
How's
to
it going?
Colored in Light Garage. We got Colored in Light, aka Jackson, aka Colored in Light, and then Emad, aka Modifications, who modifies everything.
I did, yeah.
And this is why I'm here. Well, actually, I'm here to see you guys, the tight jean squad.
Dude, we came prepared.
Team H&M, Team Levi's.
Okay.
In this garage, you're only allowed tight jeans.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I better.
So Jordan, we're gonna need you to
stand out here.
yes, perfect. That works.
But I'm here to see this thing, which I've been a fan of for years. And what's funny is it's just gotten through constant iterations. I don't know. It's funny. It's just kind of cool. It means you're never bored of it.
Where's your broken mirrors?
Or you're always bored of it, and that's why you keep modifying.
It's a little bit of both, to be honest. Like, you know, you get bored of something and you want to throw something else on, and it's like this car's. I think this is probably like, if there were stages, this is probably like maybe the third stage this car has been in. Like when I made that video, the like 8-year ownership review kind of thing, that was kind of like its last stage. Like no spoiler, you know, it didn't have as much like wildness to it. But then the wheels, the spoiler, the side skirts, you know, the bumper that I'm waiting on, like all that stuff kind of into stage 3 now, which is, it's a little more wild than most Miata owners or people would probably like, but I'm not bored with it. So we'll see what happens next, basically.
I'm so here for it. So the big things lately have been these wheels. These, what are they, Evo
Regamaster, Desmond Regamaster Evo 1s, OG. So they're made
communist wheels, right?
Huh?
They're communist wheels.
They're communist wheels, yeah. Made in Russia in the early 90s. They make the Evo 2. Those are the new, they're the same brand, but they're made in Japan now. Forged wheel. I mean, they're so light, incredibly light. It was wild, but yeah, definitely like a dream wheel for me. And I found the right spec.
And they're kind of S2000, so 17 by 8 in the front, 17 by 9 in the rear. And of course, you have the wide fender flares. So we've seen this car before. I mean, I was here, what was that, a year and a half or 2 years ago? It
was like 2 years ago, the last time you were here, yeah.
Meet we did, which was fun. And even since then, this has changed a lot. I mean, this hardtop car.
I feel like a lot of it happened in the last like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like he was just constantly, every week, like big mods too.
Big mods.
And he like set up a paint booth in his backyard. Like I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, so the 2-year video, I had the hardtop. I didn't have the mirrors. Didn't have the wheels, didn't have the new muffler, didn't have the spoiler, didn't have I don't think I had the NA tail lights yet. Actually, I definitely didn't. So I hadn't made those yet.
You're on your second round of those, or is that still the first ones?
These are still the first ones.
You have the second ones.
I'm working on the second set slowly. I'm taking my time with it, but yeah, a lot's changed just in the last couple of years. Yeah, the mirrors are new.
I love those.
And yeah, the no pro side skirts are a huge thing that jump out, and then of course you're waiting on a bumper, I guess. So
waiting on the bumper.
For now, you're still team, NC2, I guess. I mean, the new bumper is what does it look like? Like NC1, 2,
looks
3?
like this picture right here.
Yes, right here. This one. This picture.
Wow, magic. Any idea when that's coming?
Dude, no idea. I ordered it in.
That's not it.
No.
No, that's an NB.
That's an NB.
I ordered it in
Forgot all my Miata knowledge.
September.
Dang.
And they said 5 to 7 months, but when I ordered this from No Pro, it was only 2 months.
Okay.
So
So it's like a new build. It's not like a used one that you bought.
yeah, no, it's order from the shop. They got to make
That's
it.
wild.
And that's from where? Japan?
Yeah. Yes. It's like once it comes, I want to get the rear bumper for it, the bumper kit for it, but I mean, I can't. Like, I think I'm done spending money. Once it comes, I think
Take a break.
We'll see,
I'll
man.
take a break. Yeah, I'll take a breather, pay off some credit cards.
Yeah, the interior is great. This mirror is new that I haven't seen yet.
Oh, the zoom mirror. I like the zoom mirror. It's super wide angle, and you can see everything. It's great. I like it.
Dude, he needs the what's it called? The gauges that you have.
Oh, the rev limiter gauges?
Yeah. I like those.
I've got some.
Oh, yeah.
They're the JNC ones, is what they were.
Yeah. Did you wrap your handles?
These are way better than the
I just
factory.
painted them.
You painted those?
Yeah.
Because God, I hate the chrome on those.
Yeah, I
can't
painted
wrap
mine.
them. So, but it looks so good black.
Yeah. The other
So
thing
you just
I
spray
did-
paint like with the gun, with your paint gun?
Just a spray paint. Yeah, black.
Oh, spray paint.
Yeah, I think it was like that super thick like lacquer epoxy stuff. That's why it looks pretty smooth.
Looks really good.
Mod
Yeah.
only knows plastic dip.
No, I'm not gonna plastic dip handles. I want to actually paint or wrap the handles.
Yeah.
And wrapping looks horrible.
I tried to
do
wrap.
those.
I tried to wrap these, and it didn't work very
Dude,
well.
I barely could do taillights, let alone a door handle.
It's so fun. It's so fun to watch this grow and change and adapt. And all the YouTube comments are hilarious because, as you guys hopefully
I get all
know,
kinds, yeah.
everything's been documented religiously on this
Yep.
channel, for better or worse. I think for better. For most people, for better. I mean, everyone likes seeing the progress, but it is funny to see the naysayers. But it's
You
like
know,
no matter,
it's not for everyone. I'll open the hood for you.
no matter
I think his next mod's gonna be, because you know he just randomly did all the nuts and bolts inside.
Oh yeah, my new.
The rivets are
yeah.
coming next, custom colored rivets.
Oh yeah.
God, that does look good though.
Just little touches, you know.
Look at
Dude,
all
is this the
empty
same color
space.
code as the Kia Soul GT line?
It is.
The
It is.
GT line
It's,
limited
you go
run?
if you go to the store, you gotta
Simple.
talk. You gotta talk to the paint guy in the back, and you need to tell.
It's just a dude.
I had
Just a dude hanging out.
Dude,
in the
I had,
back.
I had to tell him what kind of car it was. He was like, I told him it was for Miata. He was like, no, you can't have it. And I said, okay. And then I came back the next day and I was like, this is going on my Kia Soul. I'm trying to color match it. And he was like, does it have a hammy in it? I said, yes, it does. And then he was like, okay, I got you. And it's called like Demon Slayer Red, Hell Red, Demon Slayer Hell Red or something like that.
Because it slays Dodge Hellcat Demons.
It does.
Off the line.
It does. It
I
gets
hope
better
people
MPGs
understand these
too.
Kia Soul jokes. Anyways, yeah, this is fantastic. Got some Dave Fab action in here, a tiny bit. Moroso, a wide mixture of things. The relocated washer tank, because of the battery, because of, I mean, yeah. What's this hole here?
Well, that's where that's where the OEM battery went. So
That's
back.
where the air conditioning goes that he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Move the battery here, move the washer there, and now that's just.
So yeah, when I did the 2.5, I got an upgraded radiator, and the fan sits underneath your air box, underneath your coolant expansion tank, and underneath your battery. So if you are doing a cooling upgrade and you have like the hood vents and everything, especially if you have a track car, you can just move the battery over, and it's part of Track Dog Racing's super cool kit. I've since put back in the stock airbox so I could have fancy Japan stuff because I'm weird.
Yep.
But the cold air intake, it basically opens up all of this, so you get every bit of radiator, magic, and opens
Yeah.
the fan up, and you get a lot of airflow. So that was the goal of that, and I don't know. Actually, I left my old OEM battery at my old house because it was powering a Wi-Fi camera in the backyard, and I just didn't feel like taking it.
That's the most
So-
hope rat thing.
So it's just there still.
So it's at your trailer park that you used to live in.
Yeah,
So-
it's powering the trailer.
No
I
offense to anybody
I left
who
it to
lives
the last
in a
people.
trailer.
No, Lake Dallas. It's good. It's warranted. Old Lake Dallas. So
It's a health
Hey,
hazard.
this is like frunk material. You could put a little storage cover right there.
you could, yeah.
You gotta put a freaking air conditioner in this thing.
New video idea.
Or you know what fit really well right there? Flying Miata's new turbocharger piping.
There you
That
go.
would work really, really well right there.
Is
I
that
think.
the turbos here? It's not like one of those exhaust-mounted turbos.
no, the turbo sits
Oh, like
right
the
here.
rear mounted
Rear-mounted
turbos. Yeah, there's somebody made a rear mounted turbo.
Where does the turbo sit?
Turbo sits right here.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and then actually their intake or their whatever you call it.
Do you
Oh
have
yeah,
to do
because
a-
there's
right there.
Do you have to
there's
do a battery relocate or whatever?
Nope. Well,
Not for
actually, yeah.
theirs.
Wait, is that your battery?
yeah.
That's the battery. Yeah.
That's cute.
It's a lawnmower. But
Cute.
power when summertime comes, I use it to power my jet
It's the
ski.
same one that's in my gate opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
that-
is just
yeah.
a lawnmower after all.
Hey, it
Are you
starts
gonna,
it mostly.
Are you gonna
Civic.
turbo this?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that I would do for sure.
Back to the money thing. Huh?
Yeah. It's like, first I
mean,
gotta pay
it's-
these credit cards.
Yeah, it's expensive, and to be quite honest with you, I really enjoy the 2.5 with the cams and everything. It's not like fast. It's definitely not fast, but it is fun, and I don't think the car is missing anything in regards to power, because there's so much more about Miatas. Like every Miata owner knows, it's like, it's not about driving a fast car fast. If you can drive a slow car fast, it's just as fun.
Yeah.
So that's, the engine, I did all that stuff. It's fun. I think it sounds good.
All right, so I'm done looking in here and being jealous of your really random obscure. You're so JDM. You're so like.
Dude, JDM Gatekeeper. I don't tell any. I don't send links. Don't ask me for links. I'm not gonna send it to you. Don't ask me where I got that. Yeah, you gotta find it just like I did. I'm not sending anybody links.
What if people like went to you for like a heavy finder's fee? Because you'd be that Japanese guy, like the.
I will send you my Rakuten advertising ID. So if you want to pay me a little commission, I accept it that way.
I mean, would you say you've gone through hundreds of parts at this point with this car?
I think hundreds, yeah, is probably good. Like everything from little to big for sure.
Yeah.
Cause it's, I don't know, and I keep everything, like all these bins. I don't think I've thrown away really anything.
Very organized.
I try to stay organized, and it's nice cause like, you know, if I want to do something different, I know I've got it. I just, you know, the side skirts, if I want to go back to the old side skirts, I can just, you know, throw them on real quick. The one thing I've thought of doing is buying a new trunk, just so I have the option of going back and forth. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, I try to keep everything. Try to, you know.
This is actually screwed in there. This ain't 3M.
Yeah, no, it's bolted in. So,
nice.
Yeah, I love the car. All the work, a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time. It's like it's one of those things. I told Emad about it a while ago when he stopped by to get your side splitters, but like, if I sold, like the few times I've thought about selling it, it's like, I don't know if I could see someone else driving it.
Yeah.
It's like, just, you know.
It's kind of your
would
baby.
feel weird, yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
It's kind of my child, you know.
And I've really enjoyed living vicariously through it, through the videos, through the progression. I've enjoyed seeing the little videos you've made of like, here's my 2-year, 5-year, whatever update. So with that, I think I'm gonna finally drive it.
You're getting a new bumper eventually, right?
Yeah.
So if I...
No. Eventually means don't do anything right now.
Don't do anything right now. Got it. You call me when you're no.
Yeah. 5-speed, not 6-speed.
That's right. Yeah. No
So
running
reverse,
shifting.
Yeah, reverse is all the way to the right and down. So just remember that. There's no
This feels both familiar and strange all at the same time. I mean, it's a Miata, but immediately faster. I haven't even left his street, and I'm already like, wow, this would be nice. And also the sound. Sounds nothing like mine. I'm still letting it get up to temperature, but gauges, okay, that's familiar, even though he has different rev limiter gauges, which I really like his as well. Honestly, you can't go wrong. Rev limiter has a lot of cool options. Steering wheel is a bit different. He has an upgraded aftermarket one, which I really like. Shifter definitely feels a little bit different, although mine has the weighted knob. But immediately, oh man, I shouldn't have driven this. Oh, intoxicating noises. Yeah, this is fantastic. So it is interesting, like my touch points are all different steering wheel, familiar steering wheel controls, which he doesn't have currently working. Different shift knob, less than half the weight of my shift knob. Different mirrors all around. All 3 mirrors are different. Even what you see in the rearview mirror is the X of the like roll bar and then the wing. So there's basically no visibility, which is totally fine. The hot take, I love compromising cars' usefulness for the sake of silliness. Really cheesy, absolutely piece of crap head unit. I love it. And yeah, this is just a sport. Okay, good. Try not to stall it, that'd be embarrassing. But oh yeah. I also am jealous of this seat. This seat feels so good. Oh, the engine's just like so rev happy. Love that. Rev matching my downshift. Super easy. A little different than mine, so it takes some getting used to, I'm guessing. Oh yeah. All right, I'm getting the rev matching figured out. God, this is awesome. I just love this car so much. The hardtop doesn't even bother me. I'm such a convertible fan. But the fact that this is here, and I know what it looks like from the outside, makes it all okay sitting here on the inside. It definitely feels a bit more rough around the edges. Like my car, as you guys know, I've set it up as basically like a grand tourer. Like I can take it anywhere, across the country, point A to point B, in decent comfort. This doesn't feel bad, but it's definitely not on the level of my car as far as like feeling sorted and put together. This feels a bit more raw and unfiltered. Like, my car is a Lotus Emira, minus the power, and Jackson's is like a Lotus Exige. Like, you get it and you're like, okay, where's the track? And I really like that. Honestly, some people talk about, like, what would your two-car solution be? If you could have more cars, what would they be? My ideal garage genuinely would have multiple Miatas set up for different occasions. I could literally think of a reason to have 4 or 5 Miatas. Maybe that's a podcast topic, I don't know. But this is exhilarating. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going very fast. This is just like city streets. I could see why he dailies this. He has a GTI. The GTI is awesome. Great car. Better space for a lot of reasons. But, oh my gosh. If only my car had this power. It's not crazy different. It's not like jumping out of my car getting into a Supra. The 2-liter 4-cylinder Supra can be considered somewhat comparable. You know, in terms of a car, like, it's smaller, kind of lightweight compared to most cars. That one is a 2-liter turbo. This is just 2-liter naturally aspirated, and I really, really like it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a good example of, like, how daily drivable is this? I think it's totally fine. Also, I would road trip this across the country. I hope Jackson wants to someday. He's talked about doing things like taking this to me out of the Gap. I promised you guys I would get him out there next year. But I also think maybe for an inaugural road trip, I should just fly down to Dallas and drive with Jackson up to my house. Make some epic road trip film. I mean, I love doing road trip films by myself, but there's so much more you can do if you have more than one person. Oh my gosh. So maybe Jackson and I should road trip this up to Colorado together, get some of the most epic photos and some of the most epic landscapes, and just have a blast. But for now, just driving around town, I think this is interesting, which is what I'd look for in a car. Jackson decided he had enough of the German wagon, and he wanted to get into his own car again, but this time in the passenger seat, which you've basically never done.
This is, yeah, this is probably my, honestly, 4th time sitting here while someone else has driven the car since I've owned it.
That's crazy. But yeah, spent a bit more time with this. Honestly, also, side note, beautiful trees and foliage. You guys had fall like a full month and a half after we did. And so that's another reason I love traveling in the fall is I get to experience fall.
You get a little extra season, yeah. You get a little extra season here. We had to wait a while, I guess.
Yeah.
We had to wait a bit. You didn't, but I guess you get it more.
You were still having summer when we had our first snow.
Right, yeah, wild stuff.
But I'm just thoroughly enjoying this car. I feel like a lot of people are going to ask, you know, thoughts on, like, mine's just 2-liter, but like exhaust and tune, versus yours is 2.5 swapped. You've done like cams and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
yeah,
that thing's really stuck.
No, I mean, yeah, new mid-pipe, new header, new muffler, camshafts, I mean, different engine. It's, besides being, you know, naturally aspirated like everything else, it doesn't have forced induction or anything like that, but it's pretty different compared to, yeah, your Miata for sure. It's pretty different compared to a stock Miata, compared to a lightly modded one.
But it's comparable. I feel like this one's a bit more raw and more visceral, which I think I really like. So it's hard. Like, if someone was like, what's your favorite? I'm like, I don't really know. This one does feel a bit more powerful. Like, the butt dyno's telling me there's a bit more oomph here.
Yeah, you're gonna feel the torque for sure.
And that's where the benefit of the, like, literally more displacement. That old argument of like, there's no replacement for displacement, I see that sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
And this is one of those cases.
If you're thinking on like a micro scale, you know,
yeah.
Obviously it's not like a V8 or anything. Jesus Christ. That's part of the experience. Get that little bit of rubber smell, you know? Get a little rubber smell burning some.
So are we like scraping tires? Like, what is that?
That's just tire hitting fender. Yeah, that's all it is.
That's funny.
It doesn't happen often, but it happens.
I got in the car and Jackson gave me a whole rundown. I was like, all right, ignore the lights on the dash, ignore like this, and this, do this.
It's, you know, the quirks are part of, you know, my modifications, but
that's part of
it's
what
quirks.
it's part of what I like about it.
It's fun, yeah.
And the cam, like you said, seems happy at 5,000 RPM.
Oh yeah.
And it feels buttery smooth. Like, honestly, I could see why you daily this.
It's fun to daily sometimes, yeah.
Other than like the funny shitty screen, which is hilarious, like basketball court right in front of me here.
I know, it's awful. It's so bad.
And then like comparing this 5-speed versus 6-speed, this is actually the only 5-speed NC that I've ever driven. And I really like the gearing on it.
Yeah, the gearing's not too bad. It's a little different, especially sitting on the highway with the camshaft and everything, and the diff is probably different too.
That's
because
right,
you've got an LSD, so all of those ratios are gonna be a little different. But driving on the highway at 75 and it's like screaming at you, it's a little annoying, but you could drive this around town, 45-mile-an-hour roads, no problem, all day.
Yep. I'm such a fan. This, and it doesn't even ride that bad. Like, people also wonder about the coilovers. Everyone, like, that's one of my biggest videos so far is the Meister R's.
Right.
And you and Emad both had Tane Flex Z's, right?
Yes.
And I've driven both your cars now. Of course, he sold his because he has car ADD bad.
It's an issue.
I feel like maybe I would mentally, like, I want to buy new cars all the time, but I don't do anything. And he does it.
Yeah.
But
he acts on those impulses.
Yeah. But I think
hang it right up here.
Riding these, like, there's not much difference, honestly.
No, it's not bad at all.
There's so many ways, like before the light right here.
This one, yep.
There's so many ways to modify a car, and even when you decide, like, okay, next I want to do suspension, well, that narrows it down to like 14 options.
Yeah.
Which is a great component of a Miata. And if you have some of the more obscure cars, which I want obscure cars, like, I would love a lot of really weird, quirky shit. But a Miata has a huge aftermarket, and it lets you really pick anything you want.
Yeah. There's not really a wrong choice. You can go with the cheaper option, but you're still going to get coilovers, like who knows how long they might last.
If your goal is like in modifying your car where it's just lower it,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, get the cheapest stuff out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is very, I mean, how often do you drive this versus GTI?
It really depends on the weather.
Yeah.
So right now I'll drive this to work, no problem.
Yeah.
The GTI has heated seats, and like it's really, like if it's cold out, it's really nice to drive with the heated seats. Granted, you have heated seats, so just because you have a Miata doesn't mean you can't drive it in the cold weather.
I have the epitome of like Bentley wannabe, nothing near a Bentley, but like I was like, how much luxury can I get in a Miata?
Yeah, you want the creature comfort
without going ND, of course.
Yes.
And it's crazy that the ND still doesn't have cooled seats. Every time I get in a nicer modern sports car with cooled seats, I'm like, oh,
especially in a convertible. Turn right here.
Cool.
Especially in a convertible, like,
yeah,
that would be really nice.
Magical. But yeah, I could see like in the Texas summer, this thing might be a bit.
It's a little much, and I still haven't gotten the AC fully recharged or anything, so yeah.
Oh yeah. This makes me think I don't have enough exhaust note.
Cut the resonator out.
Yeah.
Well, just cut your resonator out.
So obviously
that's the solution.
Well, yeah, just dump it up the header. I know you have the No Pro bumper coming.
Yes.
I mean, a few things like in mind, but like, how? Is there anything you would immediately think like, I want to undo that? I mean, trajectory of your car without needing to be that granular. Like,
that's a really good question. I think. And this is something I really have no control over. I wish I could get a power retracting hardtop.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's, granted, I don't know if I would go back to a soft top because I love the hardtop.
Yeah.
I would love an OEM hardtop. That's probably what it is. If I could have an OEM style hardtop, whether that's power retracting hardtop or an OEM Mazda hardtop, I would much rather do that than the carbon fiber one. It's nice, it covers my head, but you heard it squeaks back there.
Yeah.
The window seals don't line up very great, but otherwise, I've everything on my car, like, it's like what I say, once you make that first cut, you're in it, like, you know, you're gonna put the fender flares on, you're gonna put the hood vents in, so everything I've done to it, I try really hard not to have any regrets, like, you know.
You do it with intention, you're not just like throwing shit at the wall. I mean, you kind of are sometimes.
Sometimes
like,
I am.
Stuff you wanted to see proliferate or not.
Because sometimes you have to throw shit at the wall to see what, you know, sticks.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do a modification, it's like, all right, well, that just didn't really work out at all.
But even then, I don't feel like it's a waste of time, because I feel like a lot of our viewers have thought about, like, what if I did that? And then we can kind of be a guinea pig,
Yeah.
for better or for worse.
Yeah.
And regardless, it's content, because
And
we're always
yeah.
trying to find things to film about.
The guinea pig thing is a good one, because it's like, you know, a lot of people don't want to throw a spoiler on. A lot of people don't want to put everyone talks, does anyone have the singular hood vents? No, I don't want to cut my hood. It's like, well, I'll do it. Like, I'll do it and see how, I think it looks
Always
cool.
buy a new hood.
Yeah, you can always buy a new hood. You can always buy a new trunk, you know.
Yeah.
You can always buy a new car
Exactly.
if you wanted to.
Sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit, especially
Yeah.
when you have the top down.
Yep.
The sky's the limit. And then this lane ends immediately, so just kind of.
Ironically, you don't have the top down, but I
No.
I mentioned this earlier in the video. I love convertibles, but honestly, the look of a hardtop is
Just a little
pretty
coupe.
rad.
Yeah, just a little coupe.
Especially when you threw the spoiler on, I was like, the wing. I was like, that's it.
It all
That's
came together.
It's freaking awesome.
I don't know if the wing works on a soft top car.
I've seen it work occasionally, but like
It can, yeah. Oh, it can.
it's rare. But the wing with a hardtop, that's just a really magical combo.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for the drive. We'll go cut out and wrap up statically. But bottom line, this is awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
All right, just finished wrapping up. Also, what is this key thing? The non-keyless thing, I had to like step back in time to like the 90s.
This-
You know,
with his special edition or whatever.
don't judge us peasants.
Yeah, don't get me started.
We're the backbone of this
the
economy.
German wagon. Anyways, just finished driving this piece of beauty. I really need halos. I need a lot of things, and this is what this reminded me of. Curse you. Anyways, yeah, really enjoyed my time with this car, and I think my consensus is don't ever sell it, but when you do, check with me
Consider
first.
you.
Consider me, because I think two of the cars in my ideal garage would just be both of our cars. They're different enough to where I'd love both.
I could agree with that, yeah.
They can coexist. Mine's like the kind of grand touring mindset. Yours is like the more raw, unfiltered, like Lotus thinking. And I'm a huge fan of the visual aesthetics. I feel like I've been trying to modify mine for years, and I finally am pretty thrilled with it. Like, I finally went side skirts, diffuser, front splitter.
Blasty dip.
Blasty dip. I mean, everything. I did this whole modified series.
You guys
just-
made fun of me 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Still do.
Make fun of Emad, and now I'm trying to be a bit more like him. But
Big
big
beat
fan of
like
this car.
Apply some of the principles.
It's a solid formula. A solid formula.
Tested and true for
Yes.
how many cars you had? 43? We counted at some point.
28 now.
Okay, 20.
Almost. Okay. Not that far off.
This is number 28, yeah.
Wow. Anyways, I'm really liking my third car, and this could be a great fourth car.
There you go.
And yeah, well done, Jackson.
Thank you.
Seriously, like,
Thank you. I'm happy you got to drive it. It's really just a fun car. So I'm
it's
glad
so
you got
much
to
fun.
take it out.
Like, you can't just not smile. You hear the exhaust tone.
It actually sounds really good from behind.
You're driving it. You're smiling. You hear the exhaust. You're smiling, and then you think about what other people are looking at, and you're smiling.
Dude, so that's what I was paying attention to, is the people when we were driving by. Everybody was looking at this car.
People like the look, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's like, it looks like a little Hot Wheel running
it does.
around.
The white wheels and the spoiler, I think, really
yeah.
differentiate it.
Yeah, this
More
will
than
inspire
anything.
kids, for the children.
It's for, and that's what it really means at the end of the day, right? It's for the kids.
Yeah.
It's for the children.
Anyways, that's been it. Fun, quick drive, full review of this car. I mean, not my, like, in ideal circumstances, Jackson, and I think we should think of this in the future. We'll do like an all-out epic film on this, especially once you get your no pro stuff done.
455.
Like, I'm
455.
going all out, drones and everything. Like,
Dude, I'm ready.
we'll
As
do-
long as Ghosty's here.
Yeah,
That's the deal.
yeah, you're right. Or the other side, in the car before you jumped in, I was like, I'm trying to talk you into letting me fly down and then road trip this back to my house with you. I think that'd be the most epic
Dude,
film
that would
of
be
all time.
I hesitate to even say if it makes it, but it would be fun. It would be fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
So here's the fun. We're gonna go back and drink.
Let's
No-
do it.
No driving and drinking, just
No
after
drink-
you
yes.
drive. Yep. All right. Bye.